Coming into this game, the Leafs have set records when it comes to not scoring in the first or second periods of the last 5 games. Not what you want to see heading into Pittsburgh, take on the Penguins. And I don't care what you guys say. Pittsburgh has had a ridiculously good start to the year. Coming into this game, they were 6-2-3 on the young season. And the Buds having come in not being able to score until the latter half of the third period. That's what we've been used to seeing. And everyone's like, oh, Austin Matthews this, Austin Matthews that, blah, blah, blah. This game, as the Leafs continue to show their road dominance, are now 6-0 on the road. And about midway through the first period, the guy that we signed to $11 million, the guy we wanted to see in these big moments when big key players like Austin Matthews go down with injury, you want those big guys to step up. Now, Mitch Marner, more or less with a point shot, a gorgeous tip from John Tavares, finds the back of the net past Matt Murray. Leafs have the lead 1-0 and score a first period goal, may I add. And there's a 1-0 lead after the first period. The Leafs outshoot the Penguins 13-9 in the first. Just what you want to see. Now let's move to the second period, and the Leafs still trying to pile on here. 44 seconds in. Kasperi Kapanen coming down the right wing. Gets the puck around his defender and right to the tape of Patrick Marleau as he buries it into the cage. I mean, he ran into the net afterwards, but it was already in the net. It's a good goal, no problem. Leafs up 2-0. They have now scored 2 goals in the first 2 periods so far. Something they haven't done in the last 5 games at all. And then we had a 2-0 lead here early in the second period. Exactly what you want to see. Now, let's go to about what? Just under 12 minutes into the second period, about 8 minutes to go. John Tavares makes a very slick but very gorgeous pass. And it wasn't a small pass. It was a really small pass. It wasn't any some big pass, like a long stretch or anything. It was a big scrum and everything, but Tavares got his stick on the puck and cut a little tiny saucer pass to Morgan Rielly, who rips it past Matt Murray, bar and in, for his 5th goal of the season. The Leafs have a 3-0 lead, and they have a 3-0 lead after 2 periods of play. We have not seen any of this from this team over the last 5 games. But as we talked about in the last video, guys, they played better, in that last game. They just weren't getting rewarded for it. Today, a different story. Going to the third period, you're up 3-0. You're in a great spot. However, us as Leaf fans know, we have seen 3-goal leads evaporate at any given moment. And the Leafs are able to hang on for dear life here. First off, 17-8 in shots in the second period for the Leafs. So at this point, the Buds are just dominating in shots. Third period, however, you're up by 3. The Pens need 3 goals. They outshoot the Leafs 14-3. But you know what? Freddie Anderson's got a 3-goal lead. He ain't going to squander it. Doesn't give up a single goal in that third period. The Leafs actually add 2 on those 3 shots. Morgan Rielly, again, on the power play from Marner and Jake Gardiner, his 2nd of the game, 6th of the year. The Buds got a 4-0 lead, and then with 20 seconds left, Zach Hyman, the way the night was going for the Pens, and really the Leafs for that matter, Zach Hyman rips a shot on net, stopped by Murray. Problem, though, their defenseman's coming in to stop Hyman. The puck hits the back of him and goes into the net. Leafs score. It's 5-0. Hyman gets the unassisted shorthanded goal. Really, it was a terrible goal, but it goes in the back of the net, and it does count. Leafs win 5-0 over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Freddie Anderson with a 31-save shutout. The Buds come out there, and they pile up the goals. Something we haven't really seen lately. Something we haven't really seen the Buds do over the last 5 or 6. Look, guys. The first 2 periods for this team over the last 5 games or 5 home games or whatever the actual stat is hasn't been good. But this team has for some reason found a way on the road to get the job done. And we all came into this game thinking, well, we know they have a 5-0 record on the road. However, the way they've been playing and just, I don't know. The way this team is kind of playing as a unit through the last 5 home games or whatever, they haven't been able to score. But they come out today on the road and they get the job done, winning 5-0 over the Pens. Morgan Rielly with 2 goals, John Tavares a goal and an assist, exactly what you want to see from your top-notch player out there. Where are we here? Zach Hyman got a goal, Marleau with the goal, Kapanen had 2 assists and was a +3. Mitch Marner 2 assists and a +2. Gardner with an assist and a +2. Kadri with an assist and a +1. Hainsey with an assist and a +1. Zaitsev was a +2. Ozhiganov was a +1, and that's all she wrote for the statistics. But the Buds go out there. They outshoot the Pittsburgh Penguins in Pittsburgh. The goalie plays well. They find the back of the net. They outshoot the Pens. They shut them out on the penalty kill, or I guess on our penalty kill. The Pens were 0 for 5 on the power play. The Leafs did a terrific job. We can all sit here and say that how bad this team has been over the last little while. But I know the consensus from all of us will be that this team here tonight against the Pens in Hockey Night in Canada was good. They outshot them. They outscored them. They had better special teams. I mean, that's what you want to see in any type of game when it comes to the Buds, and they find a way to get a victory. Next up for this team, though, the problem is the success for this team has been on the road. We all know that. 6-0 on the road and under 500 at home. We know that's the case. And obviously they get the win against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, which is never an easy task. So you kind of want to stay on the road, keep the juices flowing. Problem, though, you come back home in your next game against the Vegas Golden Knights. And that team is a crazy story. We obviously know about their crazy cup run last season, obviously ending in a loss to the Washington Capitals in the finals. And a lot of people question them the entire season, including myself. But they found a way to prove everybody wrong, and like I said, get to the cup finals. This year was going to be an interesting one, though. Everyone has seen them for a full season. They've lost some key players. Can they repeat what they did last season? And so far at the start of the year, the answer is no. They are 5-7-1 to start their season. Their MVP last year was Marc-Andre Fleury. He has been subpar at best. 274 goals against average and an .888 save percentage. Not very good. But you never know, guys. The game of hockey is a crazy thing. The Leafs could beat a team like Pittsburgh today, go play the Arizona Coyotes, back when they first started the season, having not won a game, and lose. It's the game of hockey. You never know what you're going to see. You can go on paper and really get a gist of, this team should beat them. Like the Leafs, in hindsight, should beat the Vegas Golden Knights in their next game on November 6th. But you never know. That's why we watch the game of hockey. And guys, updates on Austin Matthews. He was practicing there, I think it was yesterday or earlier today, something like that. And he was along the boards with the coach, getting a little bump, trying to test the shoulder out, see what it can do and can't do. And guys, that's a good sign. They're on pace for the same recovery time, about a month's time. But since I think Austin is such a young player, he's got the recovery time to be as expected. And he's doing a great job at coming back. There's no rush. Look, Leaf fans, I know we want Austin Matthews back as soon as possible. But we're not looking for Austin to win us a regular season game or a few regular season games. We're looking for Austin Matthews to come back in or near the playoffs. He'll be back way before then, but to win us some playoff games and show us what he did against the Washington Capitals a few years ago. That's the type of Austin Matthews you want to see. There's no reason to rush him. This team, as we saw tonight, can score without him. It's just a matter of how they get the job done at home. And their next game is against, like I said, the Vegas Golden Knights on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock puck drop at Scotiabank Arena. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoy this video, and you guys enjoy the 5-0 whomping of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. What did you think of the game? Who is your MVP? Would you give it to Freddie for the shutout? Would you give it to Morgan Rielly for the couple goals that he had in the game? Would you give it to John Tavares, who, when this team needed him the most, he stepped up and arguably was the best player out there for the Leafs in this game. Having coming into the game, you know, Sidney Crosby has shut down John Tavares in previous outings. Clearly that did not happen today. Is he your MVP? I want to hear what you guys have to say in this game. And Evan and I will talk to you guys sometime, podcast edition. I apologize to you guys for not being able to do it today. I'll keep you guys posted on here when the next one will be uploaded. Twitter is also down below, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow night against the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Toronto Raptors take on the LA Lakers in LA at the Staples Center. LeBron versus the Raptors. Period. That's all we want to hear. I know we have Kawhi Leonard. I'm assuming, look, the tweaked ankle, we don't, or whatever you want to call it, you know, jammed foot, or, you know, all the different scenarios we've heard from the medical staff and all that. Jammed foot was kind of like the main one we heard. I'm assuming he's going to play tomorrow. If not, well, he'll probably play against Utah. But, again, there's no reason to rush Kawhi back. You don't want him to come back hurt and then injure it more and then be out for a month or whatever. You don't want that kind of stuff to happen, especially against a meaningless game against the Lakers. I know it's LeBron versus Toronto. It's a very hyped game. If he's not healthy, I don't want him out there. I'm assuming he will be, but we're going to have to wait and see. And as for the Leafs, guys, like I said, they'll take on the Vegas Golden Knights at Scotiabank Arena as the Buds look to turn around their home play. I mean, they've looked so sluggish, so slow, and the inability to score, period, at home has been a big factor. They look to end that streak and kind of take this game from Pittsburgh and ease it into that home game against the Golden Knights. Marc-Andre Fleury, Freddie Anderson, the expected starters in that game on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock puck drop at Scotiabank Arena. We'll talk to you guys then.